Hey, on the channel, Destination Unknown with Ruby Soho AEW Unmatched Series 6.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another AEW Unmatched Series 6 unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we're back at it with Ruby Soho debut in the AEW Jazzwares line. But for all your AEW Jazzwares wrestling figure needs, all your WWE Elite figure needs, and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other ones here on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's check out old Ruby Soho. And very cool that Ruby Soho gets to use the music from Rancid. Rancid, one of my favorite bands since I was, gosh, probably 7th or 8th grade. I was into Rancid very early on. Love Rancid. I just wish they would tour around my area a little bit more. It's few and far between I get a chance to see them in concert, but very cool to hear her come out to that every single time she wrestles. Probably my favorite thing about her, for sure, is coming out to Ruby Soho. I love that song by Rancid, love Rancid, and by default, Ruby, you get grandfathered into my loves. So there you go, old Ruby. You're not quite Rio levels, though. Not quite. But let's take a look at the packaging on this one. And, of course, Ruby Soho used to be Ruby Riot, of course, in the WWE. We did get a basic and an NXT figure Target exclusive back in the day. We'll compare that figure to this one later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. Love the blue background and how it pops against the figure. Of course, that orangish, reddish hair really, really does pop. Very cool design on the package there. A little glamour shot action, unmatched down at the bottom. On the side, you got old Ruby looking good. Looking only like a Ruby could look in AEW Unmatched Series 6. She is number 44 in the Unmatched line, and she's got the old N over here. And, of course, we do know this spells out Owen Hart for those keeping track at home between all the boxes. And on the back, got a big glamour shot there, the cross sell. Let's see this. Let's investigate this jacket. What has she got on here? I see the Ramones on there. I see some Sex Pistols. I see the Misfits. Looks like a Rancid pin. What else we got on there? I don't see any Motorhead. I thought she had Motorhead on here. Maybe it's on the back. I see the Clash. I don't know. It's an interesting one. And I'm really curious, does she really listen to these bands? I hope she does, and I feel like she probably does. It's always tough. There's nothing worse than walking up to somebody in a shirt or a jacket like this and say, oh, man, you're into DRI, you're into the Cro-Mags or something like that, and they have no idea what you're talking about. That's the absolute worst. My wife, she has a sweet T-Rex shirt she got back in the day. I said, hold the phones, hold the horses here. You need to listen to at least T-Rex's greatest hits, because somebody's going to come up to you and say, oh, man, T-Rex, you into T-Rex? I said, you should at least know Bang a Gong, Jeepster, oh, Ride a White Tiger. T-Rex, one of the all-time greats, very underrated here in America. But it's always a danger here, and hopefully Ruby doesn't have to deal with that, because if you're going to wear a Rancid shirt, man, you better be able to talk some Rancid, or whatever we're talking about here. So there it is. There's my TED Talk today. But I'm guessing she knows what she's doing here. But it does look good on the back. Ruby Soho, 9/8/2021. We're going back to Cincinnati. Oh, Cincinnati getting all kinds of shout-outs this week. Beautiful. Beautiful this time of year. I'm hearing Kroger building. I heard somebody called me from the office, said, hey, it's looking nice over there. So I'll take their word for it. I'll take their word for it. How about them Reds? You know, the Cincinnati Reds, probably my least favorite baseball team, got to be honest. 1990, Oakland A's Rancid, my Oakland A's Rancid shirt. How about that? But no, my Oakland A's versus the Reds, that Eric Davis, Chris Sabo, oh man, get all those guys out of here. I have no time for them. They're right up there with Kirk Gibson on my hit list. That's right, you heard it here first. But Unmatched Series 6, Malachi Black, Santana Ortiz, Ruby Soho, Mr. Brody Lee, and of course Owen Hart. Without further ado, let's see what old Ruby's up to. I'm sure it's no good. I'm sure it's no good if we've seen her on AEW TV right now. She's feuding with my girl Rio. Absolutely disrespectful. It's nice to see that wild side of Rio. I think she came out on, like, was it Dynamite or Rampage? She came out with a pipe. The pipe was about as big as Rio. See you later. It was crazy. It was wild. If you missed it, man, go back and check that out. There's old Ruby Soho, the old runaway herself. She's just running away. She's a runaway like young Bon Jovi. Hopefully not. Hopefully not, because Bon Jovi, we don't like to utter his name around this channel very often. One of the all-time worst. Oh, one of the all-time worst, old Bon Jovi. Oh, Ruby, no, not you, Ruby. Ruby died. Ruby, bring your guns. See you later. Goodbye. I'm going to put her back together. The beauty of these figures, of course. Oh my gosh, she's very loose across the board, and there's some serious looseness. I guess it's not so bad. I thought there was some serious looseness going on, but boy, this is quite the figure here. Let's dive in. Let's look at these accessories first here. They do give us an open hand, much like Malachi Black. She's got tattoos all over her hands. You throw this in a hands part bin, you know who this is for. This is Ruby Soho's hand. So we do get one extra hand there. Unfortunately, no fist, but we do get the old heavy metal. We get the old horns, the old devil horns, the old Ronnie James Dio. We got that right here. Ruby, if you're going to throw this up, you better know about your Dio. But, you know, Geezer Butler says he started it. Black Sabbath, he said he just did it one day. But honestly, we all know who started the devil horns. It was John Lennon. Yes, John Lennon in cartoon form on the Sgt. Pepper, or not Sgt. Pepper, Yellow Submarine artwork. He's up there throwing up the old devil horns. Oh, it all goes back to the Beatles. Know the legends, the Beatles for sure. But she does have that. I really do like that. I love that. We got Rock and Roll from G.I. Joe coming with that. It's getting there. It's getting there. The rock and roll's taken over as it should, of course. But let's look at these two heads. Let's break these down. Absolutely fabulous. Got to say, I love this Ruby Soho. I'm not a huge fan of tongue-out head sculpts. We've talked about that before, but guess what? It wins in this case here. Looking really, really good. The other head, a little bit too stoic for my liking. It's too stoic, that's for sure. But orange hair on both, a little bit of black on the bottom. Of course, you got the big old earrings going on. Very interesting. It's funny how much bigger this head is than this one with the mouth open. I guess your jaw's going all the way down, so it's got to be that way. But definitely very, very cool. I have no problems with either of these heads. I think I would know who these are on both sides, unless you think this is Zorana from G.I. Joe, of course. But definitely looks good, but I think the one with the mouth open actually has more personality and it looks better in the face. Maybe it's a little chunkier with her face all together, where it's a little bit more like I envision her on this one with the mouth open. But you can't really go wrong with either of them for the most part. So it's looking very, very good. Got the nose ring in there. It's definitely Ruby Soho all day, and I'm sure she's got some more ink than her WWE days for sure. But let's digest this whole figure. That's what we're going to have to do. It's like Malachi Black, once again. You could do a whole video just dissecting these tattoos here. And by no means am I a tattoo expert on Ruby Soho. I have not went through all of her tattoos, so I don't know. But it looks like she's got the Kraken on the side of her ribs there. You never want to mess with a Kraken. We all do know that. Big chest tattoo, neck tattoo. I don't know. She's not going to get a corporate job anytime soon, at least not in my area. I could barely get away with this crazy look I have, and she wouldn't last a day. Wouldn't last a day. But she's got all kinds of tattoos. Got down here on the bottom. She's got a donut down here. Everybody loves donuts. 11/21/17. I think that's the date of her best donut experience. I'm not sure if that's the case, but she does love herself some donuts, as we do know. The Runaway, got the kind of moth on the side there. All kinds of stuff. Flash tattoos. Ruby Soho on the side. Looking nice. I love the detail on this across the board. You got the sculpted in chain here on the waist. Looking really nice. Just all around a very solid figure. A lot of detail going on to this. You got, of course, the cheetah print throughout, the black. Man, the detail is crazy on this. A very, very good looking figure here. Definitely blows away her Elite Line one from 7 years ago. What is time? I don't know what it was, but let's call it 7 years ago. Arms do go all the way around. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbows, unfortunately not pinless. Hands back and forth, side to side, hands removable. Hula hoop at the top, waist articulation in the middle. Big old splits if need be. You got the thigh cut. You got the double jointed knees. Very tight knees. You got the boot cut, and then you got the ankles back and forth, side to side in the old tennis shoes. A little bit of looseness there at the old boot cut on both of them, but it's not the end of the world. I won't definitely say that. But definitely looking very cool, looking very rock and roll, looking very punk rock here is Ruby Soho. And does she fit on a Mattel? How about we run that back? How about a Jazzwares? A Jazzwares ringside collectible stand? What do you know? She fits. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Make sure you get the Jazzwares stands for her, though. It's the only one that's going to fit. She's not going to work with a Mattel stand. But looking very good. This one beat my expectation. Very cool. You guys know I'm a sucker for a hairy bipedal creature. Not quite here, but I do love colorfulness. I love tattoos. I love face paint. No face paint here, but the tattoos do win at the end of the day. I really like what I see. And then we do got this version, of course, from the Elite line. A much younger version. I would say this new head sculpt really does blow this one away, but very cool. I don't know if the tattoos are the exact same. Looks like we got some carryover. We got some of the crossover on the tattoos, and like I thought, she's definitely added some tattoos since her time in NXT and the WWE, that is for sure. But definitely cool. Of course, they scale together fairly well. Let's get another Jazzwares comparison. Let's get our girl Rio out here. She might have left Twitter, but she didn't leave my heart. No, and she didn't leave the pegs at my stores yet either. But Rio coming in hot. Of course, feuding with Ruby Soho a little bit. She's got her pipe. She's ready to lay some pipe if she needs to be. Who knows? We're all pipe layers at the end of the day, if you know what I mean. But Ruby Soho looking really, really good in this AEW Unmatched Series 6 figure. I can co-sign. I like this figure a whole lot. I think it's going to fare pretty good at the end of the week when we rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. So stay tuned for that video. And your best way to stay tuned would be to subscribe to this channel, like this video, hit the old notification bell, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on Rancid, Ruby Soho, tattoos, punk rock, people you've talked to and said, hey man, you like some Motorhead? And they look at you like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Ooh, that just grinds my gears. Grinds my gears. Let me know about all that in the comments down below. Of course, also don't forget about the Patreon for early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, giveaways, Q&As. Best of all, you support the channel. Always good to support the channel, really, at the end of the day. You can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter. Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Ruby Soho, I am Kyle. I'll see you guys all real soon.